we're going through the process, right? So we have a lot of Stranger Things fans out here. Like they be bushes out and ready to fight. So, you know, if they're with your process of choreographing the finale, talk about your process of going through Henry's mind.
So, you know, I had to go watch the show again and just see what his character does and why he developed who he was, do some research from the fans and just, who is Henry Creel? Like, what does he do? And then research what the play was that he was associated with. So, you know, there are characters whenever you're working on film and television. So I always start there. And, you know, my good friend Natalie Ruiz assisted me with choreography, and she was a great model of keeping me in line with, you know, we're in the 1950s, we're doing movement, we can't be too advanced, we're not out here doing swish leaps and alsacone turns. So I have to turn around and say, how do I make these characters pop? So they had masks, they had big, you know, gowns and stuff. So for me, I started to tap into anime a little bit more in my headspace.
You watch anime?
I do watch anime.
What's
I love
your
anime.
favorite anime?
Oh gosh. I'm like old school in some places. Like I like Inuyasha,
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z, of course, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Gosh, there's so much, there's so many, but I love anime. I love watching, sitting down and.
Me too, I didn't know that about you. Yes, Sailor Moon's my favorite. If y'all know, you know, the best anime, but you know.
The one in Sailor Moon. I wanted to be Tuxedo Mask so bad.
Really?
With like a rose and a little, I don't even know why. Yeah, so you know, when I tap into that process, I think of those things and think of characters and how did they use those characters in anime, you know, when they had cloaks and gowns. Some of them popped out of bushes, popped out of trees, popped up out of nowhere, just visually. So developing that, I was thinking, how do I make sure that these characters are characters behind the main characters, but they don't overshadow the story plot? So I kept them as students, I kept them as warlock characters, and had to remember that they're kids in a play, not a play with kids, I guess is the best words. I don't want to, you know, try to be too deep about it. So I developed it from there. What would a warlock look like inside of a forest? Are they creepy? Are they seen? Are they hiding? Are they mysterious? And I ran with that for movement. So as you see in some of the choreography I posted, they're running in and out of the scene. I'm thinking if I was in a forest, what would scare me in that moment? Someone running past me and I can't see them. Another person running past me and I did see them, but then they disappeared. Those things, you know, captivate audiences until I step on stage and they tell me what they like and don't like. Yeah.
Wow, that was a very beautiful description. Y'all can stream Stranger Things on Netflix, and I see you guys for our next guest. Remember, be kind, be sweet. It's always going to be Georgia Peach. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. See y'all for the next one.